You want to get a third-party inspection. We just know, and we've documented, this is in excellent condition. When we see super low mileage RVs, that's a red flag. You might be saying, oh my God, Izzy, look how dirty that is. And you're absolutely right. Thank you for joining us in this informative video. Now, if you've been following our journey, you know that we recently sold our motorhome behind us in less than 24 hours. At the time that this video comes out, the motorhome will be gone. Obviously, we shoot prior, a couple days, so at this point, we still have it, but it will be sold once this video comes out. Now, the buyer chose to forego an inspection. If you watched the video when we put our motorhome for sale, we encouraged an inspection, and I think I actually said they can come, they're not gonna find much. And in this video, we're gonna talk about why our motorhome didn't need an inspection. So if you've been following us, you may have noticed MJ is not in the videos. We did a video on the day in our life, and if you watch that video, you know it's not funny, but it is funny. MJ took a fall and hit her face on the floor.
Somebody's gonna give you crap for
No,
that.
it wasn't funny at the time.
No, it was not.
But watching video is kind of funny.
I will say from behind the camera, so you don't have to see this freak show, Izzy was amazing when it happened. You can tell his law enforcement background. I hit the floor. He was there immediately, making sure I had brain function, getting me ice. He was amazing.
But she has no major damage other
Thank
than
God.
well, it's getting a lot better.
It's pretty horrifying.
36 hours
yeah.
after. But anyway, let's get into this video. Before we do that, make sure your subscribe notification bell's on. We have a lot of informative videos coming out. We have a new motorhome on the way, a lot of upgrades. So you want to make sure that you get those notifications so you don't miss out on those videos. Go through this list. Everything is not included in this list why this motorhome did not need inspection, but these are the big reasons. You want to stay to the end because the last one is really important one. So the first one is we are the original owners of this motorhome. It's a 2019 Baystar. We ordered it in 2018 from the Hershey RV show, and we have been the original owners since. What that means is we know everything that goes on in this motorhome. So there's been no accidents, leaks, any of that. The second major thing is that we have constantly stayed on top of the maintenance. Now, whether that is the body seals, the slides, the roof seals before we had the permanent roof put on, all the major components down to leak testing for water, leak testing the plumbing, leak testing propane. We have been meticulous on the maintenance of this motorhome. In fact, if you watched our for sale video, you would know that last year I had all the fluids changed from a mechanic. Wasn't necessary, all changed, diff fluid, oil, transmission, brake, radiator, all of it. Now we do change our motor oil regularly, but I had them do all at one time, and we do have records. The third reason this motorhome doesn't need an inspection, if you own a motorhome and RV, you know things break, things wear out, especially one that's going to be in the 7th season. But the key is when something breaks, you just don't overlook it, you replace it. And if anybody knows how I am with cars and just things in general, if something breaks, fix it. I don't like building up a collection of checklist items that are broken. It gets fixed immediately. So if you watched our videos or just any RVing videos in general, you know things on RVs break, and that's okay. Almost everything can be fixed. One major thing that can be fixed, but you don't want to deal with it, are water leaks, and we were super meticulous on this. So every year we did a Seal Tech leak test. If you're not familiar with that, put a machine in, slightly pressurizes the interior, and then they go outside with soapy water, and they're looking for any kind of bubbling and potential spots for leaks. We have done this every single year since we bought our motorhome by our friends up in Country Classic in Wantage, New Jersey, and we have the documentation to show that. The second major way we stopped with water intrusion, or really just there was no water intrusion, but I just didn't want to maintain the roof anymore, is that we had our RV Roofing Pros put on almost a year to this date. That is a zero maintenance roof. It's never going to leak. It's never going to need maintenance. Our roof looks immaculate. There's nowhere for water to intrude, and that does have a lifetime warranty. So combining those two things, we have never had any water intrusion. That's often overlooked is controlling humidity inside of your RV, in our case, our motorhome. Now, you notice inside right now where we're in storage at home, I run a dehumidifier. I just emptied this morning, hon. It's now 10:52 in the afternoon. Been getting a lot of rain. You can see the pollen.
It's still morning though.
Still morning. So probably about 7 a.m. I emptied it.
This is gonna be...
It's been very humid at home.
Yeah,
I've been emptying R1 in our basement twice a day. So this was this morning.
That is just crazy.
So I keep it at 40%. It's set at 40%. And I control the humidity inside this RV so you don't get any weird smells. You're not getting mold growing. You're not getting the fogginess. It's always climate controlled. A lot of upgrades to this motorhome. One of those really was the first upgrade we did. It's going to be the first upgrade when we get our motorhome. Is the sponsor of this video. It's RV Snap Pads. RV Snap Pads makes a permanent jack pad. We have the same original pair from when we bought this and when we're going to sell it. And it's amazing. That's a testimonial to the durability and how well they work.
That was in 2019.
It was in 2019, still going strong. RV Snap Pads are made in the USA from 100% recycled material. They have all different sizes. So whether you have a motorhome like us, travel trailer, fifth wheel, doesn't matter. They're going to have something for you. Why we love them is that they're one-stop shopping. You click them on, they're always on there. But if they don't have something to fit your RV, or you want a little bit more, because sometimes you go to a site and it's so unlevel, they do have their new RV stack pads. We use those also at times when we're at sites that are just 12 inches off. You need those stacked pads to build things up, whether you want to put them under your wheels or under your jack feet.
Also, if you're at harvest hosts, or a lot of people do boondocking on grass and soft surfaces, they really help with that too.
A lot of high-end resorts will require that you put something under your pad so you don't damage their pavers or their concrete. And RV Snap Pads is great for that. They do help in soft surfaces, and they're a huge sponsor of our channel. If you go to rvsnappads.com and use the discount code
Endless10,
you will get 10% off of your purchase. We absolutely love them, guys. We want to thank them for sponsoring our video. We're a big believer in their product, and we're going to put their link down below. Next one, this is not just our motorhome, this is just in general, is that we use our motorhome regularly. So this motorhome has just shy of 46,000 miles, and some people might say that's high. It really isn't. It's not even a half-life, but that's significant because if you are running your motorhome or your RV down the road, you have to maintain it. When we see super low mileage RVs, that's a red flag for us. That doesn't mean that it's bad. It means that there has to be more to look into it. A lot of times when people are not maintaining their RVs, they're not using them, a lot of times they don't have the money to use it. They just don't care. They sit, and that's when you start to have problems. We are running down the road, sometimes 2,000-mile trips, 1,500-mile trips. The last thing we want to do is have a problem when we're out on the road and we're not home. So that's a big reason, a big motivating factor why we kept our motorhome so well maintained. Let's talk about the next reason why this motorhome didn't need an inspection. We are fortunate we have a social media presence. We have a lot of content we put out. A lot of that content is on the good, but some of it is on the bad. You've seen when we've had problems with Nelly. You've seen when things have broken. But what you've also seen is that every time we have repaired it. We actually did a video about our wholesale warranty, and we just upgraded that, which the new owner is going to get 2 years on it. But we had, over the 2 years, over $16,000 in documented repairs. That's $16,000 that a lot of people won't spend to repair the motorhome. That's not saying that this motorhome is bad. Guys, if you own a motorhome, believe me, you will be spending money, whether it's a Prevost, which we're talking to Doug Sewell over at Sewell Motor Coach. He said, listen, if you own a Prevost, $10,000 a year to keep it on the road. His Prevost, he said he spent over $100,000 on it. So it doesn't matter what motorhome you get. Usually the more expensive they are, the more expensive they are to maintain, but they all need to be maintained, and they need to be maintained regularly. And that is the key to having a motorhome that is reliable and it's going to keep it on the road. The last one, the most important that we stress so much, is that we have extensive maintenance records. And I'm talking tens of thousands of dollars in maintenance records, both documented on video when I do the oil changes, Amazon receipts. I'm going from about like eBay's way old. But we have extensive records from the Newmar Service Center, from our mechanic, from when we've taken it to Country Classic or we've taken it to Gerber RV. Everything upgrade that we've done. We have extensive records on file, as well as all the original manuals, and they're open. You can come look at them. Well, the buyer, I'm sure, will look at them. It's open so you understand, number one, what you're getting into, right? If you want to have a motorhome, just expect to have these costs. And number two, that this was taken care of. And when the person leaves from here, it's in the best shape, just as we used it a week and a half ago. It's going to be in the same shape. We always wanted to have our motorhome rolling down the road in the best condition possible. If you're super observant, you might be saying, oh my God, Izzy, look how dirty that is. And you're absolutely right. Yep. I washed it. The freaking pollen is driving me insane. I'm actually gonna wash it Wednesday prior to the new owner coming to pick it up, so they have it nice and clean Thursday. I'm just not gonna keep washing because the pollen is really bad right now, but you don't normally see Nelly, but it is clean. This is just pollen. We're not saying don't get a third-party inspection, especially if you're buying something unknown, especially if you're buying used and you don't have the maintenance records. you want to get a third-party inspection. We just know, and we've documented, and the new owner has obviously followed us, that this is in excellent condition. We didn't discourage a third-party inspection. We encouraged a third-party inspection, but we are very confident how well maintained this is, and one inspector will find, and they're not going to find much of anything on here. So we want your feedback down below. What do you think about Nelly? Watch that video when we put this thing for sale, because we got a lot of comments. Somebody actually said, man, you're making me feel bad. I need to go out and do something on the motorhome. It's been meticulously maintained. And what is your feedback on it? Would you get third-party inspection? Would you not? Have you ever bought an RV without a third-party inspection? We actually bought Nelly. We didn't know.
Right.
We bought out third-party inspection. It turned out pretty well. We had no issues for like the first 3 years. We want your feedback. If you like videos like this, to the left of us, we'll put our RV buying playlist. We'll also put our RV newbie playlist. And for myself and MJ, it's a journey of a lifetime. And we'll see you on the road.